What's up guys, Who Needs Mid here, coming at you with another retro deck profile. Today we're going to be looking at Traviis Massengale's YCS Orlando first place zombie list. There was Tengu Plant, there was 6 Sam, there were X-Sabers, but this is the list that ended up winning the event, so let's get right into it. We have 1 Mezuki. Mezuki was limited at the time. This was just a great way to recur your zombies for extra summons during your turn. 2 Goblin Zombies. This was your searcher. Whenever you synced with it or whenever you went to the graveyard, especially when you synced with it, so this was the kind of way to keep your plays going. You would get a search. 1 Zombie Master. This card was interesting because you didn't want to call priority on this card because of the line of text where you have to control on resolution. So if you basically discarded with priority, they torrentialed, they bottomless, you essentially didn't get that summon because it had to be on the field to resolve, which is kind of interesting. So this is the original wording to get rid of priority. We have 2 Pyramid Turtle. This will combo really well with one of the spells that we will get into later on in the deck. But basically when it's destroyed, it's your recruiter in order to get more zombies to the field. And it comboed really well with our 2 Spirit Reapers. This is a great way to pick cards out of your opponent's hand, and of course was really good against 6 Samurai to wall up against Shiins and things like that. And then the last zombie, we have the tuner of the 1 Plaguespreader. This was the recursion tuner that you top deck and then come back for it. A lot of times you could top deck for Plague with a card you didn't want, and then you could use your Goblin Zombies to search, and then you essentially weren't drawing the same card if you didn't want to do that. He did play the entire plant engine, so we have the 2 Lonefire Blossom, the tuners of 1 Bulb and 1 Spore, 1 Dandylion for tokens and level different to be able to sync into different levels, and 1 Tyannial. This is a great way to have a beast stick. Whenever Lonefire went to 1, this card became obviously really less consistent because the only way we were able to get it out was the Lonefires. So this card ended up getting cut really whenever Lonefire went to 1, but this card was really good with Lonefire too. And then the support card of the double Debris Dragon, abuse tokens with Dandylion and things like that. Next we have some other non-zombie plant monsters. We have 1 Card Trooper. This was just to mill, to fill your graveyard, to get a draw. It was a Debris Dragon target as well. Other Debris Dragon targets, we have 3 Ryko, and then 1 Hamster, this to summon Ryko. It had an 1800 defense, so that was kind of nice if you could be able to sit on it. And it is an Earth level 4, so we were able to make a Nat Beast with Gloat Bulb. And the last monster is 1 Chaos Sorcerer. So we play Lights and Darks and BLS was banned. Onto the spells. We have 1 Charge of the Light Brigade in order to search out our Rykos to get rid of problem cards. Now this is the spell that comboed with Pyramid Turtle, 2 creature swap. Essentially, you would summon a Pyramid Turtle and then creature swap, give your opponent take your opponent's like Stardust or something like that, like a big monster, steal that, run over your Pyramid Turtle, use Pyramid Turtle's effect, get Spirit Reaper from the deck, and then swing for 3 and take a card out of your opponent's hand. And we had 2 Pot of Avarice. This card was not limited at the time, so a lot of plant decks would play multiple Pot of Avarice in order to recycle all of your Synchro monsters and your Chaos Sorcerers and things like that, your big guys. Some staple cards: Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, and Giant Trunade. So this was I believe the last format that Trunade was legal before it switched over to Heavy Storm in September 2011. And then some back row card hate. We have 1 Nobleman of Extermination and 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. This card is 42, or this list is 42 cards. It's interesting to see he decided to play the Nobleman of Extermination, but I can kind of understand it with like people playing multiple D prisons and things like that to hit those spells and kind of get them all out of the deck at once because you don't really double up on any trap cards. And then on to the traps, we have 1 Call the Haunted for extending plays, 1 7 Tools of the Bandit to make sure our plays go off, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential Tribute. And the Solemn Brigade, we have 1 Solemn Judgment and 2 Solemn Warnings. And then on to the Synchro monsters. There were no Exceeds out at the time, obviously, so we're just going to be going into an all Synchro extra deck. Because we play plants, we have the 1 Formula, 1 Armory Arm, and for 5s, we have 1 Catastor, 1 Magical Android. We didn't have Librarian yet, so this was kind of the staple 5. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we have the 1 Nat Beast. We have Mezuki as an Earth. We have Pyramid Turtle as an Earth. We have Hamster as an Earth. So we have the ability to make this card, and this card's just absolutely insane against decks that rely on spells. For 6s, we have the 1 Brionac, the 1 Iron Chain Dragon. This was for Debris Dragon when you would target Ryko, so you'd have a 6 you could go into. And then 1 Flamvell Uruquizas. This is interesting that he decided to play this card. A lot of Dandylion tokens, obviously, so you could, pierce with that and things like that. So, the 1 7 with Debris Dragon, we have the 1 Black Rose. And then for 8s, we have 1 Stardust, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Thought Ruler, and 1 Colossal Fighter. And then for 9s, we just have 2 Trishula. Making multiple Trish was not too difficult with our Debris Dragon, because as a dragon, you can go into it with Debris and Dandelion and 2 tokens if you already have them on board. So that's kind of an interesting way to make that. If I were to play this deck, I would probably cut this for 1 Revived King. It is odd that he decided not to play the Revived King, because I feel like this card is really, staple in zombies, but that'd probably be the only change I'd make, other than maybe trying to cut either the Nobleman of Extermination or something else to try and get down to 41 rather than 42 cards. But hey, I didn't win a YCS, so thanks for watching, guys.